In an earlier video, we saw that a past passive participle can be formed in one of three ways. In this video, let's look at type 2. This group includes most verbs that end in "it" and also verbs that end in "sti" or "st" or "sti" spelled with a "z". So a sentence like, well, here are the books that the professor bought, can be expressed with который, or you can express that same basic idea with the participle. Вот книги, купленные профессором. It's not too hard to recognize what verb that's from, but exactly how do we get this form купленный from купить? Well, we'll start by taking the stem of the ya form. Next, for verbs that end in "it" or "t", we'll check the stress of the "t" form. And if the stress of the "t" form is not on the ending, then we'll add "yen", yin, and an adjective ending to get купленный. Here's another example. Вот задачи, решенные студентами. So how do we get решенные from решить? Again, let's start with the stem of the ya form. Next, we see that the "t" form is stressed on the ending, and that means that we'll add yon plus the adjective ending, решенный. So we see that that stress on the participle is on the same syllable as on the "t" form. Let's do one more to highlight that importance of starting from the ya form. Вот роман, переведенный профессором. We'll get the stem of the ya form, переведу. The t form has end stress, so we'll add yon, and then of course the ending, переведенный, something that has been or was translated. Now finally, let's look at украсть, to steal. Как найти смартфон, украденный в метро? Just like before, we'll start with the stem of the ya form, я украду. But now if the infinitive ends in st, we're actually not concerned with the stress of the t form. We can just add ен to get украденный, stolen. And there is one small group that doesn't exactly fit this pattern. That's verbs in ch, like испечь. You may have seen words like мочь and печь, and if you look at the conjugation, notice how there's one consonant in the ya and они forms, and a different consonant in the other forms. So they are kind of a special case, and for the past passive, we'll just use the stem that you see here in these forms. Here's an example. В Крыму появился хлеб, который испекли 32 декабря. Actually, the original article had this phrase with the participle. В Крыму появился хлеб, испеченный 32 декабря. We normally start with the ya form, but again, since these are a special case, let's not worry about the ya form for these. We'll just check the t form for the stress, and we'll take that stem, add yon with an ending to get испеченный. By the way, that's not a mistake at the top. They really are talking about bread that was baked on December 32nd. I found the example on the internet, so I'm sure it must be true. I think. Summing up, this second type of past passive participles includes most verbs in "it" and also verbs that end in sti, st, or sti spelled with a z, as well as a few verbs in ch. For this group, the stem of the past passive will be the same as the ya form. For example, куплю, купленный, переведу, переведенный. If the infinitive ends in "it" or "t", then the stress of the past passive will be the same as for the t form. So, for example, купишь, купленный with initial stress, but переведешь, переведенный with yon. Past passives also have short forms like куплен and переведен, which we'll cover in another video.